We are here at the 40th Food and Wine Classic in Aspen. We are doing a blind tasting competition show with a twist. Our contestants are not going to be blind tasting your typical still wines. They're going to be blind tasting sparkling wine, which is notoriously difficult. The Food and Wine Classic at Aspen is the pinnacle, the creme de la creme of food and wine festivals. With so many industry legends in one place, we have an exceptional group of contestants. Jesse Katz is the renowned winemaker for Aperture Cellars.
Good to see you.
So good to see you.
I love this festival. It is a whirlwind, as you know. There's an energy here. When I leave here, I'm absolutely exhausted.
His wines continually score 100 points, but he doesn't make sparkling wines, so this should be an extra fun challenge for him. Our next contestant is sommelier Rachel Liggett-Draper.
There's nothing comparable to the excitement and the caliber of people walking through these tents.
Rachel is constantly tasting some of the greatest wines in the world, some of the greatest sparklings, but it's a lot of champagne. So these wines are not necessarily in her wheelhouse and should provide a nice challenge for her. Now we come to our restaurateur, T. Martin. T. Martin is a co-proprietor of the legendary Commander's Palace restaurant in New Orleans.
Aspen is controlled chaos, but not even really controlled. Anyway, we've been coming for years. You don't ever really know what's gonna happen.
She's been around wine, beverage, food her entire life, but she hasn't probably blind tasted a ton. So this should be a whole new adventure for her.
This is a blast. I'm glad y'all are doing this.
And for our wine writer, we can think of nobody better than Ray Isle. Ray is the executive editor and head wine writer for Food and Wine magazine.
This is our 40th Food and Wine Classic in Aspen, which is kind of mind-blowing.
He is going to all of these seminars, all of these parties, all of these tastings, so we're very lucky to get to sit down with him and challenge him to this blind tasting.
It's a good year. It feels like a great year. I'm very happy about it.
These four superstars are competing to win an extremely rare, massive 6-liter bottle of Caldabasco Cuvée Prestige Franciacorta.
I was describing this wine as a note card wine. It's something you study and it's intrinsic, and this producer tends to be your benchmark producer as you learn the style of wine, let alone it being a ginormous bottle.
These guys will have drunk a lot of champagne over the course of their careers. I don't want to give them a handout. I don't want to give them something that they're too comfortable with, so we're going to give them 3 wines that they might not always get to drink a ton of. I'm heading to our studio at the Little Nell to pick which sparkling wines our contestants will taste. The Little Nell is the only 5-star and 5-diamond hotel in Aspen and is the beating heart of the Food and Wine Classic. I sat down with sparkling wine expert Jacob Gragg. He brought 5 sparkling wines for us to try, and he's going to help me narrow it down to 3.
We're starting with Caldabasco and Cuvée Prestige Edizione 45 as a center point of the 3 wines that you'll use. I think that there's a lot of different options. There's the Prosecco Superiore that we have here. This is going to be, I think, what most people would expect out of Prosecco, but in a more refined way. Most Prosecco's extra dry. It's a little bit drier than that, little less sugar, but still not too dissimilar. The Rive di Refrontolo is a single frazione or village expression. So it comes from just one vineyard, and it has less sugar. It's an extra brut example. So that's definitely a bit more uncommon. And this has never been in America before. This is the first bottle of this wine that has ever been opened in America.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's see. Very floral, very bright, jumps out of the glass. That has a really lovely kind of lacy texture. This could be very diabolical in a lineup with a traditional method and also this other Prosecco in there. So then moving along here, we have the Caldabasco Cuvée Prestige. Can you give me a breakdown on the grapes of this?
So in Franciacorta, the primary grape is Chardonnay. So the 45 is a blend of 82% Chardonnay, 16.5% Pinot Noir, or Pinot Nero, of course.
Right, of course.
And then Pinot Bianco makes up that remaining 1.5%.
Oh my gosh, that is very specific. I love it.
The vintage collection, Satin 2018 here, is amazing. it does see some barrel fermentation.
Ah.
So you're going to see more of what the winery has put into this particular wine. This wine's lees aging for just over 4 years, about 52 months in this case. It sees almost no dosage. This is only half a gram of dosage in 2018 that we use.
This all kind of comes down to differences in sugar.
Exactly.
It's beautiful. Absolutely lovely. Tell us a little bit about the Rocco RMS Brut.
So this is a wine coming from the other side of the world in this case that we're
Yeah.
talking about. So in the Willamette Valley in Oregon. And it's made by Roland Souls. He started making wine in 1987 in Oregon. And he was the very first person to make sparkling wine in Oregon. And he produces only a few hundred cases of this wine.
I think it's a wonderful testament to how far the New World and newer wine regions are moving with their traditional method sparkling wines.
I think
It's
you're
gonna
right.
be tricky to tell the difference, hopefully.
I think so. I think that if this is certainly part of the lineup
Yeah.
for the folks tasting, you have this as a very unusual counterpoint in traditional
Yeah.
method.
Awesome. I think I have a good idea of what I'm gonna pour for these poor guys.
You know, blind tasting sparkling is harder than blind tasting still wines, partly because aromatically it's a little trickier because you've got the carbon dioxide from the bubbles coming up out of the glass. A lot of the wine character comes from the process of making them as opposed to terroir expression in a sense. And so they can kind of merge sometimes. It's tricky. So yeah, it's a little bit evil.
I decided on the Caldabasco Cuvée Prestige 45 Franciacorta, the Santa Margherita Superiore Prosecco, and the 2019 RMS Rocco from the Willamette Valley in Oregon. Both the Franciacorta and the Oregon Sparkling are made using the traditional champagne method. Our contestants will know which 3 wines we pour, but not the order. So they just have to tell us which is which. Easy, right?
I'm used to do blind tasting with Bordeaux varietals. I'm pretty solid on those because I taste them often. We taste them with the technical team at Aperture, and I'm quite used to those varietals, but bubbles usually I'm drinking as an enjoyment where I'm not thinking about work necessarily in a celebration or at breakfast. I've never done a blind tasting with bubbles. As long as she doesn't mess with me too much, I think I got this one.
I think I'm gonna I want to put the 2 traditional method ones next to each other to potentially throw them off a little bit. So I'm gonna do Caldabasco first. Then we're gonna go into our lovely Rocco RMS 2019. And then we're gonna throw that Prosecco, the lovely Santa Margherita Prosecco, at the very end.
Three white Zinfandels put in a soda stream. All right. The pressure's on now.
It is.
All right.
You gonna start with that one?
I am, because this to me was the most obvious one.
How so?
Aromatically, it was the very floral, very fruit forward, little paler in color. Tells me kind of probably more in that stainless steel style. So to me, this is the Prosecco just off the nose. I have yet to taste these, so that's not my final answer. But aromatically, that separates these two and not made in the classic method either. So that's kind of where I'm going. I go smell and then taste. That's how I've always done my blind tastings.
Fabulous.
I'm sticking with Prosecco on this one. It's very bright, much more kind of fruit driven. You get a lot of the more fresh fruit characteristics in there. There's a little bit of minerality, and the floralness kind of brings it all together. It's not as weighty or as opulent as I would imagine the others are. So let's. Beautiful. That, to me, is more in the classic method. There's a lot of richness on the mid palate. Get some more kind of those waxy honey characteristics. There's like kind of that nutty almondness in there too. Really bright in acidity, very well balanced. Beautiful, I love that one. Damn, these two are tough. As far as the palate, there's a little bit more kind of structural to it. maybe leaning me more towards Pinot Noir based, or maybe a warmer region as well. But incredible texture on there, like really nice of that classic champagne yeasty characteristics that I really see in both of these, and that's what's kind of throwing me off on which one is which. All right. I'm going with first instinct.
Do it. Go for the kill.
Prosecco. Willamette.
And Franciacorta in the middle.
Franciacorta. I just wanted to hear you say
The
it.
Franciacorta.
But the Franciacorta. That's final answer.
Final answer. Okay. Well, I'm not going to tell you if you're right or wrong.
What?
Not yet.
How do I? This game keeps on getting worse and worse, let me tell you.
Diabolical, isn't it?
At least you guys gave me
will know
great
at some
wines.
point.
I appreciate
That's
that.
true.
So,
At some point, we will let you know.
bye. Thank you guys for the day. It was really fun. That was a tough tasting. I think I did all right. The Prosecco I'm confident with. That was so aromatic, that varietal, the style that they're making it in. I think that was the outlier in the tasting. The other two were a bit more difficult than I anticipated.
Jesse nailed the Prosecco, but he ended up swapping the Franciacorta and the Oregon Sparkling. Let's see if the other contestants can beat him. Our next contestant is Rachel Liggett-Draper. She's a sommelier here at the Little Nell, which is one of the most awarded wine cellars in the entire world. So she's got a lot of practice at tasting some sparkling wines. I don't think she drinks a ton of Franciacorta, though, Oregon Sparkling, so I don't think this will be super easy for her. First one I'm gonna pour for her is going to be the RMS Brut in Oregon. Then we're gonna move into our lovely Santa Margherita Prosecco Superiore for her. And then last but certainly not least, we're gonna move to the Caldabasco Cuvée Prestige. So I'll be very interested to see what Rachel calls these wines. There's a reason, right, why a lot of the exams don't have sparkling wine for the blind tasting portion, because these are some of the hardest wines in the world to blind taste. But you're up for the challenge. You're gonna be fine.
Okay.
So your challenge now is to tell me which wine is in which class between the Prosecco, Franciacorta, traditional method from Oregon.
I
Want
like
a
to say
good,
I'm
clean taste.
so thankful you didn't give me a spit cup. This is the
No.
breakfast of champions. We're
Spit
doing this.
cup?
This is how we
What
started
is
out.
that?
Okay, so first thing that stands out to me is the middle one is a very different color than the other two. I'm not getting a lot of oxidative kind of colors. It's almost that like really just silvery, beautiful color. So I'm gonna log that. Let's get rolling. And I think I'm gonna be looking for more of like a Pinot Noir versus Chardonnay dominance, and also a New World versus Old World. So this one I am getting a good amount of fruit on, and it's not sweet by any means, but it has this ripeness to it. The mousse is soft, it's enjoyable, it's dry, and I am getting kind of like a very orchard fruit dominant. It's this kind of nice like tart green apple, but a green apple that's you can eat. It's not one of those ones you regret buying from the grocery store. And it's got nice acidity. Yeah, it's kind of just driven by that like beautiful fresh fruit element. Immediately on the nose, this one has a kind of like energetic, really bright fruit component. Where this one, I get a little bit more of like an organic earth, whether it be kind of like a roundness to the aromatics. Lot of, I'm gonna say there's like a lot of fruit on the palate, and it's not just kind of like what you'd expect from a Pinot Noir or Chardonnay. It has this like kind of like tropical medley type thing. This one, right off the bat, most secondary aromatics. And it's really hard not to get in your head, kind of like knowing which one and like trying to hedge your bets before you go through them all.
Yep.
So this one has the most brioche, toasted aromatics, savory. And, sometimes you want to attribute that if you're playing with a wonderful Franciacorta that has that extended lees aging. So I'm not like gambling right off the bat, but really nice aromatic complexity. I find this wine to be like the most similar to your typical champagne expression, in the sense where you do get those kind of autolytic, brioche, rounded, soft flavors. Yeah. And I don't mind being wrong, and I don't mind being humbled, but I'm gonna put this in my Oregon, my Prosecco expression, and my Franciacorta.
All right. And then make your own blend. Well, I can't tell you how you did until later. We need to look at the other contestants and see how they did. And if you do move on to the finale, for all the marbles, you're gonna get that 6-liter of Cotabasco Franciacorta.
Why is it so small? That producer, I talk a lot about this during our studies, that's a note card producer. That's something you don't get to see every day, so
That's special. You
pretty
want
exciting.
it. Thank you so much. Good luck.
Thank you. I think I did pretty well. I had a couple things I was looking for, and I was maybe surprised at what spoke to me, whether it be the fruit or the secondary versus primary aromatics.
Rachel nailed all 3 of her wines. Can tea match her? Commander's Palace has been a part of Tea's family for generations. This place is an institution, and some of the greatest chefs in the country trained here.
We always say if we can just be the best neighborhood restaurant in America, everything else will work itself out. So we're just trying really hard to serve what we call haute Creole with a big dose of hospitality. And this blind tasting is right up my alley. You know, I'm not above rubbing it in when I win this.
T, it is so lovely to meet you, and I'm so happy that you were game to do this very challenging blind tasting.
Yeah, well,
you feel comfortable.
I'm glad that blind doesn't mean I can't see the color.
No, that's a huge part of it too,
Yeah.
right? That's a huge part of it.
Awesome.
She's going in.
I know, right to left is kind of weird,
Do
but
whatever you want.
you see, I mean, that's just so much fun to me, and I would like some cure. But, so that makes me, and the short finish, right? I think that's probably the Prosecco, but I don't have to claim anything yet, right?
Okay, whenever
I'm
you're ready to
thinking.
lay it on the table, you just let me know.
Okay. And then the bubbles, tiny bubbles. All right. Okay, they're all tiny. Some are faster than others. That's a thing, right?
Absolutely,
Well,
absolutely.
You tell me about that. You know way more than I'll ever know about all
Honestly,
this.
you're one of the first people to hone in on the size and speed of the bubbles.
Well, you know, the differences are less than you would think. So you're like, what are the differences? And the finish was a big one for me, but the bubbles, you know, fast and furious versus steady.
This is amazing. This is like
Yeah.
my favorite blind tasting
Yeah.
ever.
Isn't that cool to look at them though? I don't know. I don't mean to be weird, but
It's not weird. It's very perceptive of you.
yeah, cool,
But I'm gonna stop.
awesome. Okay. Okay. I think I'm going Prosecco's over here. It's lighter. And then I think I landed with this was the Oregon.
Okay.
And the one I'm not good at saying, Franciacorta.
Franciacorta. You got it.
Franciacorta.
That's perfect.
Which I'm just fascinated by because I don't know a lot about it, and I love that they've started in Italy making, you know, this method. Anyway, so cool.
Very good.
Yeah. And I'm
fabulous.
watching the bubble races are helping me too. That's a thing.
How we do it? Well, thank you so much. You killed it.
Okay.
Or did you?
Awesome. I think I'm feeling good.
You're feeling good.
I'm
I love
feeling
it.
good.
I love it. I'll talk to you later about your results, and we'll see if you go to the finale for that big bottle of bubbles.
Can't wait to hear.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're amazing.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Okay. I'm pretty damn sure I nailed it. But I'm kind of confident in general. I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
Jesse and T were thrown off by the 2 traditional method sparklings. Can Ray sort them out? Ray Isle. He's the head wine writer for Food and Wine, and he's gonna be the only contestant that's actually tasted these wines before. So I'm really curious to see if he can go back in that huge lexicon and library of all of these different wines that he's tasted over his career and be able to pick these out easily, or if he's gonna get in his head like everybody else has. I'm gonna do the Cotabasco first, and then as I like to do, to be devious, I'm gonna pour the Rocco RMS Brut 2019, and then we're gonna finish it up, that lovely Santa Margherita Prosecco Superiore for his final wine. Let's bring him in. Oh, here he is.
Hello there.
How are you?
Nice to see you.
Always lovely to see you. So, blind tasting sparkling wine, kind of unusual, pretty challenging, yes?
Kind of a pain in the ass. Yes, thank you
Aren't you
for
excited?
setting me up for this.
Happy to. These are all wines that you've drunk.
Yep.
So in one of your glasses, there is the Cotabasco Cuvée Prestige,
Yes.
Franciacorta.
I've had it.
In another glass is the Santa Margherita Prosecco Superiore.
Okay.
And in the third glass, whichever one it is the Rocco RMS Brut 2019
Okay.
from Oregon.
I
So
guess I better taste them. Light-bodied, fruity, relatively pale in color. I'm gonna go through, but off the top of my head, probably Prosecco.
Okay.
These two definitely seem like more like the Method Champenoise guys. Nicely austere, crisp. A lot of lemon to it, actually. A lot of citrus rind, citrus peel kind of character. This, if you go back to this, much sweeter fruit, more apple. And then this, not quite as austere as this. A little more richness. There's some nice little spice notes in it, fuller bodied. Let's see. I'm gonna go Prosecco here. I'm gonna go, this is a tough one. Unless I've gotten that wrong, in which case it's a moot point. I'm gonna say Cadabosco and RMS. So.
Well, I'm not going to tell you if you're right.
Well, when do I get to find out?
Eventually.
Eventually.
We'll
Eventually
let
is
you
not
know.
good enough.
Eventually is good enough because it could lead you to that beautiful 6-liter.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Prize of
that's an easy
Cadabosco.
thing to put in your suitcase on the way home.
Thank you so much for doing this.
My pleasure. Happy to come in
for
and,
being
and,
game.
and make a fool of myself trying to blind taste
No,
stuff.
never, never, never,
Yes,
never.
blind
Rael.
tasting is a joy. It's it's
fun.
it's entertaining. How do I think I did? Well, I'm pretty confident about the Prosecco for sure. I mean, because it's the odd man out in the three. I mean, you just look at it. It's like 2 are Method Champenoise, 1's Prosecco. Different color, different flavor structure, different bubbles. I mean, literally different bubbles. And then I feel, I say semi-confident about the other two. The other option is I got it totally wrong, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So.
Let's go back and revisit how each contestant did with their blind tasting. Jesse Katz nailed the Prosecco, but unfortunately he mixed up the Franciacorta and the Oregon Sparkling. Rachel absolutely nailed all of her wines, and she did it in a methodical, very well thought out way. She did a fantastic job, and I give her major props for using the bubbles to find out which wine was which. She, just like Jesse, nailed the Prosecco, but unfortunately, she also mixed up the Franciacorta and the Oregon Sparkling. Ray has tasted all 3 of these wines before, and he nailed them. I thought maybe he would get in his head a little bit about them, but he was cool, calm, collected, and he knocked them right out. So now for our finale, it's gonna be Ray, the head wine writer for Food and Wine magazine, versus Rachel, the sommelier at the Little Mill. So we're gonna go head over to Rachel. I'm gonna completely interrupt her mid-wine service and ruin her day potentially, except I'm gonna make it better because I'm gonna go give her this great news. So sorry to interrupt your lovely day. I have some news for you.
Okay.
I have good news and I have bad news.
Great.
The good news is you're going to the finale to battle it out for that large format bottle of Cadabosco.
Let's go! Bad news?
Bad news, you're going head to head with Ray Isle. So it's
That's
a
cool, I
challenge.
got it.
That's okay. Put the wine
I
down.
got that.
Let's go. Come on, baby girl. Let's do it.
If I win the 6-liter, you better believe I'm throwing a Cadabosco party. And that's the only thing we're drinking till the night runs out.
Oh no! If I win that bottle, I'm drinking it myself for sure. Yeah, I think that's the answer.
And I'm gonna suppress my Aspen tendencies to spray champagne on people. But the wonderful thing about being in this really intense environment of food and wine is all your friends are amazing chefs and sommeliers.
Realistically, if I do win that bottle, I'm going to drink it with the Food and Wine team back in New York because we've all been here at this event. We've all been running around like crazy, so we'll have a party.
So I have no doubt that it's gonna be enjoyed in good company that'll appreciate it when I win.
We have arrived at the finale of our blind tasting competition. The preliminary rounds were already incredibly difficult, but we're gonna make it even more so for this. So, we're going to reintroduce those other couple of bottles that I tasted with Jacob at the beginning of all of this. This beautiful single village Prosecco from Santa Margherita, and we're also going to introduce this single vintage 2018 Satin Cadabosco as well. Instead of tasting a full flight of wines, each contestant, Rachel and Ray, are going to choose which wine they want their opponent to blind taste. If one of them gets it right, game over. If they both get it right, we're gonna move on and pick another wine for them to blind taste. Sort of like a hockey shootout sudden death scenario until we have our winner. So this is wine number 1. This is this beautiful single vineyard Prosecco. Then we're gonna move on to our beautiful Rocco RMS Brut 2019 from Oregon, Willamette Valley. Wine number 3 will be that gorgeous Caldabasco Satin 2018, single vintage Franciacorta. And then we're gonna go back to that lovely Santa Margherita Prosecco Superiore. And then our 5th and final wine, the Caldabasco Cuvée Prestige. Alrighty, here are these wines. Here's our beautiful lineup. I'm gonna get these bottles out of here and we'll bring Rachel and Ray in to duke it out. Hello, you two.
The drama is high.
I mean, this is very, very high drama. But you two, you were the best of the best. You both nailed your flights. You both killed it.
I'm feeling good about that.
Good. Well, let's see if we can carry it through to the finale.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's gonna happen, but.
So you have all these wines in front of you. I'm gonna give you 1 minute to taste through them all, get a little familiar with them, and then you are going to choose the wine that you want your opponent to blind taste. If one of you nails that wine and the other one misses, there's a very clear winner.
Yeah, sounds super fun.
Fabulous.
Ooh,
Do you feel ready for your
strategy.
minute?
Yeah.
All right.
Fabulous.
1 minute.
When you touch the glass, your time begins. He's slowing down, folks. I love this.
Okay.
I got like 4 more seconds, man. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just trying
Rachel's like, yeah, whatever. Whatever.
Alrighty.
Okay.
I would like you to please blind taste wine number 2.
Okay.
So this is gonna be nice.
That's mine. I would like you to blind taste wine number 4.
I'll follow you.
Okay. Can I retaste one of the others?
No.
No. Nice call.
That's why we gave you the minute to taste through them. Yeah.
Okay.
It's cruel. You get out of there. Don't make me pull your wines.
Okay.
Do you want to talk through your blind tasting process?
No,
here?
I don't- I
It's
don't
all
want to
very
say anything
insular.
at all.
I love it. Okay. I'm gonna let you blind taste yours before you call what you think it is.
I'm a talker, so so this one stands out to me on its stark white color. So that's the first thing I'm gonna log. Interesting. Fresh, fruity, with a little bit of complexity to it. I'm getting this kind of like candied fruit component, where when I tasted a Prosecco this morning for breakfast, I had this like very clean expression of the fruit. So I'm trying to jog my memory if this is the same one I experienced this morning. And I'm gonna gamble, because it's been a long day, that this is not. So I'm gonna gamble that this is the Prosecco, but the single vineyard Reeve. And that's and I feel like I'm gonna chill there.
Okay. Ray, what's your wine?
You know, I was wavering back and forth because I think it's either the Satin or it's the RMS. I think it's the RMS. It reminds me of the RMS, but I could be completely wrong on that. And I think you're right on that one. That's why I picked it, because I thought I thought it was interesting. I don't know if I'm right though.
Well, my loves, I'm very sad that we're gonna end it at this round. I'm a little bummed that we're not gonna keep going forward because one of you nailed it.
Oh God, she nailed it.
Ray, you won the big ass bottle
Get the
of
fuck out.
Caldabasco. That is the Rocco
I don't know if I'm
RMS
allowed to say that, really.
2019. You were close. That's actually the Superiore from this morning.
Yeah, duh.
Wow, we both got it.
I thought,
Amazing job, both of you.
Thank you.
Ray,
I thought that was the hardest. Like those two.
Those two to
that's
figure it out?
Yeah, that's why I pushed that your way.
But it was really quite cool. And the best part about this is he already agreed to drink it with me tonight. So we're gonna put that down.
That's true.
And that's how we're gonna settle this.
we're gonna split it. There we go.
Isn't that nice?
No one else, just the two of us.
Yeah.
But so.
Well, you both have some of the best palates in the business and some of the best experience in the business as well, of
That was-
course. So
that was awesome.
you both killed it.
I always feel like I've got to go with my first impulse rather than rethink it.
I mean, he nosed it.
That's the dangerous part of blind tasting, right? You start getting in your head.
Yeah.
You have
Absolutely.
that gut, that
That
instinct,
gut
and then you
instinct,
just
then you're like,
start.
then you second guess yourself, and you're like, I don't know.
Well, you didn't. You went with your gut, and it paid off, and it paid off pretty big.
That's amazing.
That is pretty big.
I hope you've been hitting the gym and lifting some weights, because that bad boy.
The little Nell doesn't have wine bags that size, unfortunately.
Okay,
you go.
there we go.
Would you like a straw?
I think it's 2 straws. I think actually.
Aw,
We can share.
look at
but,
that.
You know.
The squiggle smoothie straws.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know what? And fortunately, it's an honor to be beat by the best.
Absolutely.
So I'll
It's
take
you
it.
all.
It's an honor to play against the best.
I'm still gonna tell them all I want out there.
I think
but,
I'll back you up on that. You know.
amazing.
Well, congratulations, Ray.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank you for
Rachel.
having me. I mean, this is such a
You're
good
a doll.
break. This is so much
This is
fun.
amazing. And
So-
cheers.
Cheers.
Congratulations.
Cheers.
And here's to
Yeah.
Cheers.
40th anniversary of the Food and Wine Classic
Oh
in
my
Aspen.
gosh.
Yeah.
This has been a truly incredible and special experience, getting to do this blind tasting competition with some of the most difficult wines to blind taste in the world. And until next year, from the Food and Wine Classic in Aspen, cheers.